In 1999, the world was introduced to Hot Wheels Turbo Racing, developed by Stormfront Studios and
Electronic Arts.
Yes, that EA, and released for the PlayStation and the N64. It's just a Hot Wheels themed racing game with a focus on stunts. There's not really that much more to say about it, but there is. So grab a drink, sit back, let's talk about Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. Oh, and all the gameplay shown here will be on the PlayStation version because that's the version I grew up playing, and that's the version I prefer. I always thought this intro video was the coolest thing ever. Now I had to replace the music for copyright reasons, but just imagine Metallica's Fuel playing here. More on the music later. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing features 40 cars based on actual Hot Wheels toys, and Kyle Petty's 1999 NASCAR stock car, which was sponsored by Hot Wheels. Many of these cars are hidden and unlocked by picking up little car-shaped pickups hidden on each track, or winning them in the Hot Wheels Cup Series, or with a good old-fashioned cheat code. There are 11 tracks total, 6 available at the start of the game, set in various environments including the desert, the Old West, multiple winter landscapes, a jungle, and more, all with vibrant, toy-like roads, which I think is a really nice touch, seeing as how it is a game based on toys. Each track contains plenty of loops for looping, ramps for stunting, and hidden shortcuts for getting ahead, and of course, obstacles for slowing you down. You can perform stunts while in the air to earn turbos, which can be used to, you guessed it, get a short speed boost to help you get ahead or maintain a lead. The turbo bar shows you how many turbos you have available. It does not need to be full to use your turbos, but when it is full, it flashes red and you hear this sound. And it rings in my ears for hours afterwards. The game's soundtrack, heard in the menus and during races, was licensed from multiple moderately to well-known groups, including Mixmaster Mike, the Reverend Horton Heat, Primus, and, as previously mentioned, Metallica. To me, the soundtrack is one of the most memorable parts of the game. Fuel is still one of my favorite songs, after I heard it in this game years and years ago, and alas, I can't play it or I'd get a copyright strike. Well, maybe just a little.
Give me Fuel!
Hot Wheels Turbo Racing received moderately good reviews with a 7.9 out of 10 by GameSpot, praising the physics, track design, graphics, sound effects, and of course, the soundtrack. However, IGN was critical of the relatively straightforward experience and the lack of a feeling of wide-open, go-anywhere, do-anything racing, contrasting it to games like San Francisco Rush. They were also critical of the lack of 4-player split-screen play. As a kid, I spent hours upon hours on this game, and while I kinda sucked at it back then, it was one of my favorite games ever, and it still is today. I was actually late getting this script written and this video edited because a couple hours of gameplay to record footage turned into staying up all night reliving the good old days. It's a simple game with a simple concept, but as a kid, I was absolutely mesmerized by it, seeing many of the Hot Wheels toys I had at the time come to life when a video game was just so cool back then. Overall, it's a great game that still holds up 21 years later, and still gets me hooked for hours just like it did all those years ago, and for that reason, it deserves the coveted NostalgiArcade seal of approval. As always, thank you for watching this video. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know in the comments, and maybe, just maybe, I'll get to it. If you really did enjoy this video, let the world know by hitting the like button, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more, and ring the bell to be notified of future uploads. Thank you for visiting the Nostalgia Arcade. I'll see you next time.